go ahead and do that.
Okay, fine.
Okay, ladies, we are live. Yeah, all yours. Right.
Yeah. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to this session of Badass Beauty. A very good evening to everybody who has joined us from India, and a very good afternoon to the people who have joined us from UK. I welcome you all to IIW's talk show, The Badass Beauty. IIW is not for-profit organization which has collaborated with many organizations throughout the world. One such collaboration is with Wiki, wherein we have been running a helpline to help the victims of domestic abuse. We try and support these women financially, or if they want some legal guidance or support, or maybe some shelter, you know. Today's guest on this IIW's talk show is Mrs. Vibhuti Karnik Kulkarni. She has so many feathers to her cap. She is the founder of Career Vision, Ishita Health and Home Care. She is also the founder of Paki Foods. She is also associated with her husband in making Anjali Doors a well-known brand. She's also the state president of Maharashtra, and she's also the state president of Wiki. She is the state president of Maharashtra Retail and Trade Council. A very warm welcome to Vibhuti from all of us at IIW. I would request you, Vibhuti, to please take us through your journey. You have so many things that if you can share differently about all the things which you have developed and you are sustaining and you want to take it forward.
Yes. Thank you, Rachana. Thank you so much on this platform, having me on this platform. Yes, definitely about the journey, if I say. So it is in the roots, basically, because it was a family business. My dad owns a rice mill. So we were closely associated with the farmers, and, so that is how the connect and the social entrepreneurship thing developed. So yes, and then I was doing my college, and I was doing CA basically, and handling nearly 500 crore plus companies. So that is how the business thing came into along with the social entrepreneurship, what I was doing. So that is how I was handling big accounts. I was handling big schools, and also the journey started there at the age of 17. I started working at the age of 17, handling my family business. So people ask me, how do you multitask all these ventures basically? So as you said, Anjali Doors, Paki Foods, Career Vision Academy, and Ishita Healthcare. So it is in blood. I have seen my dad going to his factory at 5 o'clock in the morning and coming back at 11 o'clock. So that hard work is deep rooted inside basically. And that is how the passion developed, and keep me going and working. And with business, the social entrepreneurship thing also developed in me basically. So that is how I started, and I am doing all these things basically.
So, Vibhuti, can I start with Career Vision? Because I think Career Vision is doing an amazing thing. I was going through the Facebook and also your LinkedIn profile. Career Vision has around 40 centers in all over India?
Yeah, or has it 60 plus? Now it is 60.
Now it is 60 plus. Okay. And what all, if you can share as to, what all you do in that.
Sure, Rachana, I would love to, because I'll just first talk about my base, because since I said I was already owning one factory in my dad's this thing, and also seeing my husband's venture, that is Anjali Doors Private Limited. But somewhere that thing was there, something of our own, something has to be, and that is how Career Vision came into picture. And the skill development courses, as we all know, there is a lot of there is no age for learning or upgrading.
Yes, definitely.
So that is how it just clicked, and I started with Career Vision. And yes, we are into skill development courses like spoken English, foreign languages like Spanish, German, French. Then we are into Montessori teacher training courses and some skill development courses for children like abacus, phonics, Vedic mathematics, and writing and all. We have 60 centers pan-India and 2 centers operational in Mauritius and Denmark as well.
Oh, I see.
So yes. So we have 2 centers there.
So you are global basically.
Yeah, it is going global actually. And I thank you so much, Rachana. The idea started where I saw when I was handling ventures, and my daughter was small, and I saw some women who were wanting to do something of their own. They couldn't do a 9-to-5 job because their kids were small, and due to family responsibilities, there were many ladies who approached me, "Ki, ma'am, we want to do something of our own, but we cannot do a job like thing, fixed timing this." Wherein when I was doing this skill development courses, I thought of, when there were big players in market, like they were running commercial setups and all. I started with a small idea where I started teacher training courses for the women who had that passion to do something of their own independently, but had no opportunities with them. So I started these centers in, 2-tier and 3-tier cities, basically. Yes, and I started teacher training programs, and I started training women on that. So they started earning, and they started, having that revenue thing. And now I have success stories that the females who had started work from home with me today own, huge commercial setups. So when I see that, I see, a lot of transformation in those women, and feel very happy.
Yeah, it feels so good.
Yes, I could create, make some difference in their lives, and now they are inspiring other women, and they are doing those programs, and that is spreading across basically. So that is how, and that is a good feeling, I feel, that when you see them working and they are on their own basically. So this is about career vision. We are into all these skill development courses. Yes.
So when you say skill development, there are many women who are, they are not aware as to, how I am good at which skill, or which skill should I, pursue further. Are you counseling them, or are you guiding them in that also?
Yes.
And somebody who is sitting at home for maybe 10 years or 15 years come to your center, and they would be, at least guided that you try this thing.
Yes.
Because you must be aware as to what are the new skills which are in demand now.
Yes, we do that. What we do is and not just career vision. In career vision, we do all the trainings. So the upgradation is there. But apart from that, also, we, like I said, I'm into social entrepreneurship as well. So we do a lot of I do a lot of workshops or seminars for the women who are wanting to do something. So I understand their skill set basically. What is their forte, or what is their line of interest, and then accordingly we place them in those kind of businesses or the opportunities that I have with me. So can collaborate with some of the more and more women like that, and we can place those women with those businesses basically.
Because because whenever you speak to any woman and who really wants to do something, but she is confused, what should I do? I am not good at this. I am not very good at this. And what I'm good at, maybe she must be good at, cooking or something, but she doesn't want to do that.
Right. Yes.
So this is very important. Somebody who already knows what they are good at, anybody can teach. But somebody who is not very clear as to what they want to do, you are helping them.
Yes.
That is so commendable. I mean,
yes.
Hats off to Career Vision and to you.
Thank you, Rachana. Yes, we are doing that. Yes.
Good. Definitely. Thank you so much. From Career Vision, I think the foreign language training which you are doing, Ishita is also part of that. Yes. Your daughter. You have one more woman entrepreneur in the making.
Yes, true. Basically, as I say, I got married at the age of 20, and Ishita was there at the age of 21. So now she's 18, but when she was 16 and she was the pandemic happened, and the papers were cancelled, as the 10th papers were cancelled, and then it was like, what is going to happen in 2020 was not sure. And then she was already trained in German and Spanish till C2 level, basically in Spanish. Yeah. So then she said that, Mama, can I take up that vertical of career vision? So I was very happy. And then she chalked out all the crash courses for the first. We started with the kids, and we started getting very good response. And she started getting references basically. So there is how the career vision vertical started for foreign language, basically. And now my daughter, Rachana Kulkarni, she's handling that. And she's trained nearly more than 150 plus students in last 2 years. And she's got 2 to 3 MOUs with her, where she's training management students, IT students, as well as some corporate people, adults like. So yeah, I feel, because yes, when I think like I grew up seeing my dad working and doing that, taking entrepreneurship forward. I think she also grew up with the same in her bloods, and that is how it is. So feels proud that she's spreading that skill set among the adults as well as the kids. Talking in foreign languages is really commendable. It's really good to watch as a mother, but more as a founder director for Career Vision. So I feel good that she's handling the vertical gracefully, basically.
So you have doubled, she has doubled your joy.
Yes, absolutely.
So nice to hear such stories,
Yes.
Wherein the younger generation is being inspired,
Yes.
Because they would play, please.
I feel that, yes, there is a sense of responsibility, which I could sense, which I could see that they value, she values time, she values, her income, revenue, the money, whatever is flowing in. So that value is very important. I feel that it keeps you grounded every time.
Oh, yes, definitely.
That is very important in life. Yes.
Definitely. Do you want to share something about Anjali doors? Because I think that is a very specific thing wherein you, I think, make fire resistant doors.
Yes, definitely. I would love to share that because yes, after my dad's business, I got married and was looking after our business, and it was Anjali Enterprises previously. So the journey from Anjali Enterprises to Anjali Doors Private Limited, and the journey from making hinges to fire doors is is worth. It's really remarkable. We are into basically manufacturing of fire rated doors. We are yes, basically we are we have a license of 3 hours fire rating. So anywhere, if there is a mishap or there is a hazard or fire calamity, our doors can, stop that calamity, and till the fire extinguishers come, or the fire will not pass. So high-rise towers, every fire escape route should be, fire exit door should be a metal fire door, basically. So yes, we are registered with all the PSUs of India, like nuclear power station, atomic power station. We have supplied our doors to ISRO project, Space Research Organization, and we are also into the exports. We have exported to Mauritius, Nigeria, and many more. So yes, fire doors, and basically it was started by my father-in-law, and then my husband took it over, and now we both are managing the business. And yes, it's a journey, as I said, from making hinges of a door to a fire door. So yes,
because that is a very niche market. This must be a very niche market and very technical, maybe.
Yes. He's a production engineer by profession. So he can, he knows the in and outs of all those, this thing. And I'm maybe the face of the marketing, this thing of this thing.
You are doing it very nicely.
Thank you so much. Yes. And we are also the proud winners for Sikona Shield Award for Product of the Year. Because this is what by Secutech Fire and Safety, because these are mandatory, basically fire doors, if you see. Yeah, it is mandatory in all the hospital, hotels, school, colleges, institutions. So yes, that is the product what we are manufacturing. Yes.
What about Paki Foods?
That is a pandemic baby, basically, I would say, because
Okay.
my dad, as I said, owns a rice business.
I
So
see.
so we were already into food business. I was already handling that business. But in the
Mhm.
pandemic, since all the restaurants got closed and everything, so then we started with the frozen ready-to-eat products, basically.
Mhm.
So that is how I ventured into this business. And now we are the authorized distributors of ITC. You must be heard of Zarabian ITC. So
Okay.
nearly 100 plus frozen ready to, like, French fries and burger patties and everything. So we have a distribution model, basically. So we have 50
Mhm.
to 100 plus cafes and restaurants under us, plus the
Mhm.
clientele which goes home to home. These products are, because it's a need of an hour. I feel that the working women, it becomes easier sometimes. So that
Mhm.
market, that business is also booming and growing. So I started with home fridge. So maybe that was an opportunity in distress. So I started in pandemic in March 2020 from the home fridge, just to see how's the market and how it will work. And from the
Mhm.
home fridge, I had to shift to 300 liters, a small fridge, then a 500 liter, then a 500 liter,
Okay.
and now
Okay. Okay.
it's 5 plus, but a cold room, and still the business is growing. So the market is huge for that product as well. Yes,
So you're till now you're already handling three businesses.
yes, yes, yes. Three businesses and one CSR by Ishita Healthcare. That is
Right. Right.
we are into, yes,
I was
sanitary.
just coming to that.
Yeah, yeah,
What does it? What does
yeah.
Ishita Healthcare do?
Ishita Healthcare is basically, I feel everybody has that business thing, but
Mhm.
there has to be some where we have to give back to the society as well, the social
Oh yes.
contribution. So
Mhm.
this is the venture where we, manufacture sanitary pads, vending machines, and
Mhm.
incinerators. There is a small story. Basically, when I was doing skill development courses, Career Vision has a lot of CSR activities, what we do. So I
Yes.
used to go to, remote villages, and I saw girls and women, not using pads, but using ashes, papers, and all those things.
Mhm.
And that really, it shattered me. When I
Right.
came back home from those skill trainings, I told my husband, can you manufacture a sanitary pad, which is, so he said that comes with a lot of technology and that thing. So
Mhm.
I can design a sanitary pad vending machine wherein you can put your pads, and you can install those vending machines in all the gram
Mhm.
panchayats and all. And he designed that wonderfully. And so sanitary pads, vending machine, and incinerator. So we installed at major gram panchayat in the villages that we have, where the
Mhm.
school girls could use that facility now. And I feel really proud about his that thing. He supported me, and now I can see that the this thing is trend is changing, and
Right.
make that difference. So that was a sort of a social contribution in a sense, basically.
So it must be feeling so good, when you really come up with some solution for a social problem, and
Yes,
you can definitely see the changes. It must be giving you immense pleasure and sort of contentment that, wow, I
sense of
have really made
fulfillment.
some change.
Yes, yes, yes. That maybe I'm attached to some organizations. I would really like to mention. There was a NGO in where 3 tier city where I have my factory. So there
Mhm.
was a Soul Source organization, and they were doing lot of work. It completed 25 years yesterday,
Okay.
and I work for that organization, seeing the women doing tremendous and remarkable, jobs in their field. And
Right.
it gives that motivation that at that age those women are working so hard for the society. And
Mhm.
it really, and that is how it came that, okay, we were doing that proud shikshan for the kids,
Uh-huh.
adult education and everything, and going to all the villages. So since we were deeply connected with the roots where our for the country, so that we
Mhm.
could manufacture this sanitary pads, and that really gives a sense of fulfillment, contentment, as you said, Rachana. Yes.
Right. So, can you share some work from the thing wherein you are the state president of Maharashtra for retail and trade?
Sure. For the Wiki, the Women's India Chamber of Commerce and Industry, yes, I'm the
Right.
president for Maharashtra for Retail and Trade Council. Yes, as you know, it's an honorary post, but yes, the primary objective is to make some women, empower some women, give them some businesses, and get them some revenue generated
Right.
for themselves. So that is the primary objective. So yes, we are doing some kind of, we have identified some women from the lower strata where we have identified some jobs for them, like the council members who are into, maybe stitching or purse making or candle making, or someone is into chocolate baking. So as a council, what we are doing is we are identifying the women with their skill set, as we discussed, that what is their line of skill set. Maybe she is good in stitching, and then so we are understanding their skill set, identifying those women, their locations, and we are allotting them those jobs. And it's not just allotting them, but we are also helping them, we are giving them that platform to sell those products and services, because that is important. See, end of the day, what are they earning is very important. So with self-sufficient, what they are, that is going to earn. So we have, as a council, and my team is really working hard for that, and we have identified those women, the locations and the businesses as per their skill set, and we are going to we are doing those jobs for them. And then we are also looking for some tie-ups with the government, some organizations where we could fund these projects basically.
Right. So in between, I saw on your Facebook that you had met the mayor of Mumbai for some skill development program.
Yes. So the mayor, her daughter owns our center, Career Vision. She was owning a center of Career Vision, this thing. So I am very happy that I could empower her. So previously she was, I did all the teacher training. So her daughter is the Career Vision Andheri Center was owned by her. But now she is also doing a lot of teacher training of her own. And I'm very happy for her that I could empower, where she was the one who had, as I said, a gap where she had kids, and she was, the gap was there, and she wanted to do something where Career Vision could help and could do that. And now she owns her own organization also. So I'm really happy for her, where she has empowered herself. And yes, the Mumbai mayor, and she could take us. But yes, the mayor, Kishorita Pednekar, she was very much upbeat for the skill development courses, because there has to be, the upgradation for everyone at every stage. I feel the upgradation is important, and she is very much supportive in that sense basically.
So skill upgradation, I think starting from Mr. Narendra Modi ji, the Prime Minister, India is focusing on skill development now.
Yes. And I got a chance to be with the eminent personalities, be it Mumbai Mayor Kishorita Pednekar or Sindhutai Sapkar. I have visited her ashram personally and seen her tremendous, remarkable job what she is doing, and empowering so many women and kids so closely associated. Then meeting Babasaheb Purandare, and so these eminent personalities, you learn from them basically.
Definitely.
So at one point you are gaining something from them every time. It's that way. So even I would like to thank the World Trade Center Mumbai Senior Director Rupa Naik ma'am for that, because she also helps a lot of women empowerment programs, and we have done a lot of exhibitions abroad, giving platform to even small scale women entrepreneurs. And I'm associated with Jep Udyogini. So I would really like to thank some organizations where each one of them has contributed in their own sense, and I've learned so many things from these personalities basically.
This is exactly why IIW and Wiki's collaboration is so successful.
Yes.
Because we share such associations and such, mutual helping and mutual upliftment of the women who have not been so, not been able to get those opportunities which, people have got in their life.
Absolutely. Yes.
Now, if I can ask you, you have already told me, but still, how do you manage your time? Because 5 things plus you have a family to manage also.
Yes, yes. This is the question I think I
You
answered.
must have been asked so many times.
Yes, multitasking. But don't you feel, Rachna, we women are really, great in multitasking.
Multitasking, exactly, exactly.
Each one of us is, I think, really doing a commendable job, basically, of multitasking. Be it a homemaker, be it a working lady, we
Definitely.
know. Yeah. So adding on businesses and managing that. Maybe I feel I have to create more and more opportunities for the people, basically the employment opportunities. I'm glad that basically when I was handling 2 businesses, so that gave me a zeal to start career vision. So then when career vision started growing, I was like that now this is growing in that in its own sense. Now what next? So I came into the food business, creating opportunities for some in Paki Foods also. I have some dealers module, basically because some people had lost their jobs. There are some women whose husbands had lost some jobs. So
Right.
that makes us, gives us that zeal, basically, that something has to be done, and if we have that power in us, so why not to give that power, pass on the power to the other female, other women, and empower her and uplift her. So multitasking is like, when you see good things happening, of course failures are also there. I always say in my trainings and my workshops and seminars that like failures are always there. So you should not get, bogged down by those failures and all. So you have to keep learning, keep going. That is what counts, basically. So regarding multitasking, I think it is inborn in the women, I feel. So
So keep learning, keep going, and multitask.
yes, yes, yes.
What is the one thing which you do every day, no matter how busy you are? One thing which you do every day for yourself, out of this handling 5 companies and the family, and you must be having other social, interactions also. But one thing which you do for yourself every day.
There are 2-3 things, Rachana, basically. There is one thing which is, yes, I do meditation, and I focus on that, basically, because see, working 14 hours or, 12 to 14 hours continuously is a challenge sometimes. Yes. So I do a lot of meditation. I focus on my energies, basically. But then with that, yes, I also every day I see one motivational video, and I get inspired by those personalities, as I say, because what you see, you basically learn. And it is not just eminent personalities. You are maybe sometimes your office boy will also teach you something or the other. So something, some new thing.
Some new things which are going. I agree.
Yeah, so something, some new learning I do in a day, basically, and I make sure that I motivate at least one person a day, which, because that is important for myself, basically. That I should be self-motivated, because there are ups and downs in businesses. It is not always a goody thing, as you know. So yes, so these things help me and keep smiling.
I hope the people who are watching and who would watch the video later on, they make notes of such points. It would really help. I fully agree to that point.
Yes.
What is the one thing which you totally avoid? I mean, Vibhuti.
Not getting demotivated. That is one thing which I really avoid. That whatever the circumstances are, whatever the situation is there in life, I believe one thing, because I have seen my parents, my dad working so hard for so many hours and not getting bogged down by any of the things happening, and that I have learned from my childhood. Basically, I've seen him doing a lot of things, and that is one thing, that not to get demotivated, demoralized, and keep going and keep yourself self-motivated, because you are very important. Believe in yourself that you can do any damn thing in the world is what I feel. So I don't get bogged down by any of the situations, basically. So I keep myself self-motivated. Don't get demotivated by the things. don't do is because as I said earlier also, a good motivational quote is that success is not final, failure is not final. The courage to continue and keep going is what counts in your life. So don't be stagnated, just keep going and the things will automatically get good and pleasant basically. The situations change.
This quote has given your success mantra, basically.
Yes, maybe.
I was wanting to ask this to many entrepreneurs. See, not everybody is getting an idea every day.
Yes.
So a woman feels that, I want to start up something, but I don't have the idea.
Right.
Then what do I do? Is
Right.
it that do I associate with somebody who has already maybe something like a franchisee? Or do I, take up wherein I will be maybe a partner with a less amount of money or something? What
Right.
do you suggest to people who feel that they are not coming up with good ideas for a business?
Right. See, it depends on person to person and situation to situation now. If
Okay.
it is like every time it is now, if it is something like for example, a food business. Now, taking up a franchisee may be okay, then a lot of investment and everything comes through. But you can start, because that start is very important, that you have to start somewhere. What happens with the women now? I'm doing a lot of when I'm attending some of the shows or whatever the things, people call me the guest of honor. I see women, I talking to them, that start is only a problem basically, because they have a lot of negativity, because maybe support is not there from the family. There can be n number of reasons, and I totally agree with that. But then as we as women who are educated, who are motivating, who are inspiring, I think when you motivate other women, they also feel the zeal. I have success stories with me that not just women have started with career vision centers, but they have started with their own businesses. Somebody who was good of making laddus, so they have started making laddus and selling it, because my one motivation maybe helped her, because that doesn't require a lot of investment. But now it is like when she was doing she had just a variety of 2 laddus, now she has a variety of 50 plus. Now we are planning for an export, since we have such kind of platforms where IIW as is there, or Wiki is there. We have a lot of platforms with us where I can help her to market those products or services. So that start is very important. I always tell my women entrepreneurs that started that everything falls in place when you have a idea that I have to do this. But yes, simultaneously, if there is something of a different sense, why not to take up a franchisee and start? But always in this thing, I've always said that first I started with work from home concept in career vision basically, because the purpose was that I had seen big market players having a lot of 10-15 lakhs of investment first, and then people struggling to have those returns. I didn't wanted that in this thing, where I started with work from home concepts. First, or a small place, maybe a 150 square feet, because if I say my journey, I started with a 150 square feet shop, a small shop, and I started with some skill development centers, and now it is a journey of 60 plus centers and 2 centers abroad. So you develop, you grow in a sense, but it is like you earn that thing and then you put up your investment, rather than just putting up the investments first and then waiting for years and years to gain that thing. So I feel that it depends person to person and situation to situation. But
I think this is a very good point for women who are thinking of starting their own business, and it is coming from somebody who has successfully run 4 businesses and managing one important profile.
Yes.
Because being the state president, you need to have so many things to do.
Yes, absolutely.
What are your future plans? Maybe 5 more companies?
Yes, absolutely.
My best wishes to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, but I am like now we are.
Anything coming up shortly?
Yeah, yeah, it isn't. As I said, now we are into engineering, already engineering field by Anjali Dose Private Limited. Education is already there via Career Vision. Then foods
Right.
is there, Paki Foods is there. Then healthcare, we are already doing some kind of work or something. But yes, I want to explore something in medical field also. So
Okay.
yeah, why not? And definitely, I can create more and more opportunities, employment opportunities, basically.
Right. Definitely.
And maybe by God's grace, whatever, when it's put, it becomes gold. The hand is put, it becomes gold. So it is a God's grace, basically.
Definitely.
So many blessings and everything is there. Yes.
So
Definitely.
you are so full of gratitude. That is a very good quality.
That is one thing I think I must have missed. What keeps you, keeps you going or something. That is one thing. The gratitude. Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Can you share one amazing story, maybe wherein you must have had a woman entrepreneur whom you have seen? I mean, she was not doing well, or then she started something the way you said that just start something. And now she's really, I mean, you feel so proud that you have helped her, or you have, been her partner in her growth.
Yes, definitely. There are many, Rachana, but yes, one story I would like to share here.
Yeah.
I have my trainer Akansha Kulkarni with me since last 13 years. She is with me, and she was working. I would really like to share her story because, as I said, there are many women who are empowered with us. But this story I would like to, because she was a banker by profession, and then had one baby and then a twins, so 3 babies.
Oh,
And
yes.
that she was just in that grind then. And when I met her, and she was a banker by profession actually, and she quit her job and everything. And when I met her some 14-15 years back, she was in that kind of this thing that, women, as you understand, we are very much working, and at one stage when you are not doing anything and just handling, the family response, you are in that grind, you feel sometimes depressed, demotivated. The women feel that way. So I had met her at that stage where she was, somewhere she was little bit demotivated or something. And then that is one Akansha where I know her, and then she joined me, and there were times, when we were doing classes, she used to take abacus classes. So I used to tell her that, so she used to feel that fear, that her concepts were very clear, but she used to feel that fear, ki, would I be able to manage the kids? Would I be able to handle the parents? So that moment I was like, you just go ahead. I'm there. If anything, anywhere you are stuck, I'll be there. Don't worry about that. And I used to be there. I used to stand there if she used to. But that journey and that, the transition, what I've seen, and she developing that confidence was, I think it was my a win-win thing for me, for both of us maybe. And today that Akansha, and she is the handling one center, and today she is handling all the franchisee trainings for all the courses. The skill development, children's skill development courses are handled by her. And not just the kids, but now she handles franchisee trainings abroad, pan India as well as abroad. So so when I see her, so I feel really, really the sense of contentment, what you said, I really that I could, so that is the transition what I've seen in her. And today she is handling Marvel, that field. I have to be like, okay, this thing is managed by Akansha. So that is the growth what I've seen in her. And now she's very much confident, and she is handling the great.
Amazing journey. Anything else you would like to share with us? Maybe some points which you feel that, the ladies who would be watching this video, they need to take care, because not everybody can get a Vibhuti to help her and, take her forward in the journey.
Yes.
So some things wherein, the new women entrepreneurs need to take care. I mean, be a little cautious, just that,
Some points I would like to really mention here. I think every woman is great. I always say in my trainings also that I'm not any great, this thing that I'll give you some advices or something you already have in you. Every woman has that inborn talent actually, that you can do great and marvelous in your job. Just one thing is that first believe yourself.
Okay.
Anybody else, people will start believing you later. First, you have to make sure that you believe yourself. Then people are going to automatically believe you, because you will have that self-confidence that I can do this thing. So, this is one thing, believing yourself. Second thing, I would like to also say that try to take quick decisions. We women think a lot. It's like, what will happen then, if I do this, then what will be the what will be the repercussions, what would be the after effects, then what will happen, will I succeed, would I fail? Just remove those whys from your dictionary. Just think that, take that right decision. See, not right decision, maybe take a quick decision. Make your decision right. That is what I believe every time, that maybe I may have taken wrong decisions sometimes. And I also have failed in my ventures. Sometimes I have come down and, but make your decision right and keep going. As I said, that you have to believe that, no, I have done this now. This is my onus. Don't blame anyone for that. Take the onus. Okay, I'm the one who took this decision. Okay, I failed. Keep going. Again, the next something. And we have a lot of ideas in us. Only thing we have to explore those ideas. So there is where I think women have that ifs and buts in us. So just remove those ifs and buts from your mind and keep going and take help. There are many women entrepreneurs, like platforms like us, like as IIW is there. There are so many platforms. There are people to help you, motivate you. You need one. Sometimes you don't need funds, but you need that motivation. You can do it. So
you need one Vibhuti.
So there may be many Vibhutis like this, and you have to just find out one. So and that, I think it is you only. Believe in yourself first. Yes, definitely.
Can I have this? Can I have the permission to ask you maybe one thing which you think the decision did not go well, and how did you come out of it? If you want to share it.
Yeah, definitely. Why not? Regarding the businesses, I always believe that if I start something, I'm not going to quit. So I'm a fighter in all sense. I'm a born fighter, basically. So that is one thing. If I start a venture at any cost, I'm not going to close it down. Whatever the things, as I said, I'll take the onus. I will take it to the next level. That is my responsibility. Kal ko jaake it should not be like, you started, you earn nothing. I will own that decision. So that is my decision. So there are now in the businesses, we do have failures. Now, for example, food business maybe. Sometimes it is so that you have slack because the restaurants open and frozen ready to, it may go down sometime the sale. So that's okay. I explore new venture. I explore new clientele. I explore new, sometimes it may happen the restaurant what I'm vouching for just shuts down because of the pandemic. This has happened basically. There were so many restaurants which already I tied up. All of a sudden they shut down because they couldn't bear the expenses. So that was okay. Now I cannot rely on those 2 or 5 restaurants only. I have to see other opportunities. These 5 shut down. So there are 2 which opened up. So why should I focus on that which shut down, the negative thing? No, I don't do that. I don't focus on the negative thing. I find out a way from that. And believe me, since I'm very clear about the things, I get the way also. So you have to focus on the positivity. You have to focus on the positive things in life. Don't focus on it. Even in English speaking, I feel I always tell there are so many inquiries I get. Ki, ma'am, would I be able to speak fluent English? Because they are from the villages or they are from the local things. Sometimes they have that thing. So I always say that first, before entering you open the door, just keep that negative ifs and buts and negative thoughts outside. Just focus on that. I will be doing it and I'm going to learn English once I join Career Vision. So that is the mindset what you will start manifesting basically. And that is how the things, because I have seen people, these courses, I have seen, people, parents keeping their, because since some centers are in 2 and 3 tier, as I said, So some parents keeping their gold ornaments also, hypothecated, because we are in good cities and metros, so we don't realize the thing. We are, everything is easily available for our kids. But in the villages, when I used to handle counselings, I have gone through these inquiries where the mothers used to, come and they used to tell us that we have kept a gold ornament so that I can pay my child's fees. Now this is so hurting, and this is so painful that somebody has to. So we have to be, we have to respect our parents. Have done a lot of this thing for us, and those blessings I think we get in our future. So education keeps you, all these things keeps you going also. So keep learning every time. Yes.
Thank you so much, Vibhuti. Thank you so much. I really thank you from the bottom of my heart. You have really spent and given us some precious moment and shared what you have learned throughout the process. And you have been trying to inspire women. You have already inspired so many women, and you are still, continuing that journey using such platforms so that you can reach and they get motivated in doing, what is their sort of learning or where they want to go. They have to choose their own path, but they can look at your journey. They can look at other women entrepreneurs journey and get insights into as to how do I start. As you have rightly said, that starting is the basic point. You have to start and then it will go forward.
Yes. Thank you, Rachana, and thank you, Inspiring India Women IIW, for this platform. I would also like to thank Dr. Grishma for this opportunity, and it's really my pleasure to have you having me on this platform there, where I could connect to so many women entrepreneurs on this platform as well. So thank you for having me.
I would also suggest if Grishma and Rashmi ji could share some few words.
Yes. It was a wonderful session. Thank you, Mrs. Vibhuti. You're so inspiring, and I was listening. We as an organization, we face so many difficulties when we were trying to make a self-help group. Oh my God, to gain the trust of these women, to gain the trust itself is a very difficult thing. Even to tell my maids, like, take out some time, take out half an hour. I'll teach you stitching. I'll teach you embroidery. Come on, just sit with me.
Right.
But they look at you with so much of doubt. They look at you with, it's very difficult to bypass that initial hitch. But you have been doing a wonderful job. Thank you so much. I've got to learn so much from you. And I hope we can collaborate in some way in the near future and, take this thing ahead. Because somewhere down the lane, our goals, our aims are very, similar. Because it's just about, it's about empowering women.
Yes.
So hopefully we can join hands and take this ahead.
Sure,
thank
definitely.
you. Thank you, Mrs. Vibhuti. And thank you, Rachana. You were a wonderful host as always. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Grishma.
Thank you all of you. Yes.
Thank you so much, Vibhuti ji. Bye-bye.
Bye. See you.
More power to you and your team.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye-bye.